Like, for instance, I was dating someone years ago, and they said, well, what is it about me? I go, nothing. It has nothing to do with you. She's like, no, there's something about me. And no, it's me. I mean, I could have sat there and said, I just am not attracted to you. I don't know what it is, but I'm not feeling that connection, that passion, that romantic side with you.
Right.
There's not chemistry. But why tell someone that?
Yeah.
Because you're crushing them. As much as they want to hear it, they don't want to fucking hear it.
Yeah. And at the same time, it is the same. It is you if you don't feel that. So it is.
Yeah, it is me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the way it is. And you could probably floss your teeth. Because, your breath was mostly bad.
Right.
Yeah. That's a number one for me. I don't care how beautiful someone is inside out. If they have bad breath,
Yeah. Hygiene.
out. Hygiene's important.
Yeah.
You don't want to walk around with stinky balls.
Yeah.
It's not fair. Clean your butt crack.
So
Clean between your toes. Trim your nails.
I promised myself I wasn't going to do that, but now you put it there for me. So how do you get along with Bobby Lee if hygiene is your number one?
Well, we don't spend a lot of time together.
Yeah, you don't share
I do his
a space.
podcast. He does mine. Occasionally I come to a birthday dinner
Right.
with other celebrities that I never knew he was friends with. And,
Yeah.
And that's how, but yeah.
So, okay, the skeleton wants to ask you a few questions, more like rapid fire questions.
Let's do
about
it.
Rocky.
Let's do it. Here we go. Skeleton.
All right, here we go.
Feed me.
Yes. If Lex Luthor and Rocky Balboa had a face-off in the ring, who do you think would come out victorious?
I think Lex would use some kind of brilliant scheme to find a way to beat him. Mm-hmm. He would find a way.
He wouldn't confront him directly.
Right. He would find a way to
His
make it work.
kryptonite.
Yeah.
He will find.
So Lex.
All right, next question. If you could recast any character from the Rocky series with your fellow Smallville cast members, who would you choose and why?
That's a tough one. Who would I mean, the cast is so brilliant. Paulie, who would I replace? I mean, it'd be fun to replace. I mean, could you imagine if Tom was Rocky? I was Apollo Creed. John Glover, my father, was Mickey.
Yeah. It had to be.
Kristen Kruk was Tyre Shire or Adrian.
Adrian.
Paulie would be Pete Ross. I don't know. It sounds terrible.
That's a great picture.
Do you know how to throw a punch?
Yeah, I do. I boxed.
Yeah.
So I know how to throw punches. I know how to, I do. In fact, I did an episode, the show called Breaking In. I did the first season, and Mike Tyson was on the show, and I went in there, and I was just like, I was like, oh my God, Mike Tyson, boom, boom. And I was throwing all these, I was doing all this shit, and he goes afterwards, he goes, hey, you boxed before? I'm like, what? He goes, you box. I'm like, yeah, I guess. And he's like, yeah, I could tell when the way you throw a punch and everything. That's you move the way you move. It was good. I could tell you box. Okay. I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome.
Cool. I thought you were saying he knocked me out.
And then and I'm gonna punch you in your face since you know how to box. You think you're better than me? All right, next.
Right.
What movies have you rewatched the most besides Rocky?
Besides Rocky, Rocky 2, Rocky 4, Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars, Alien, The Thing, Exorcist, The Omen, Exorcist 3, Return of the Living Dead, Evil Dead 2. Yeah,
you have a specific taste. Just saying all of that. Yeah. Cool.
It's been fun.
Yeah, I have a couple more questions.
Okay.
Were you a huge comic book fan growing up?
No, I had Fangoria magazine. I was a horror movie fan.
Okay.
So I wasn't a big comic book fan.
Because you ended up doing The Flash and all of...
And Martin X
Yeah.
from Guardians was actually, even though they cut me out a lot,
Yeah.
it was still fun to be a part of. But that character, Martin X, was actually one of the original Guardians in the comic book.
Right.
So, they had plans to show my powers and all this stuff, but, that got lost in the edit. But
And-
what are you going to do?
How do you know James Gunn?
We met many years ago. We were both I was there because my friend Dax Shepard was doing Without a Paddle, and his friend Seth Green was doing Without a Paddle. And the movie was playing, and we went to get a Coke or something, and we started talking. and then we met again on a plane, and we hit it off. And this has been almost probably 20 years ago.
Right. This is
And
pretty...
we've been friends ever since.
Wow.
So, you know, I just was at his bachelor party and his wedding, and I've known him a long time. I've seen
You saw him take off.
I've seen I've seen his lowest points. I've seen his highest,
Right.
and he's seen mine.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember the
So
movie
he's-
Arthur with Dudley Moore?
Yeah.
And they John Gielgud. And John Gielgud he plays Hobson, and he's dying, and he goes, and Liza Minnelli says, "Have you seen doctors?" He goes, "Yes, and they have seen me."
Right.
And that was all he said. Like, I'm dying.
Right.
Anyway, I don't know why I said that. I do a
But-
good Dudley Moore.
Yeah, you do a lot of great impressions.
It's like, remember when he's out with the prostitute? He goes,
Yeah.
"Tell me something about yourself." Well, when I was 6-year-old, my mother died. Oh, God damn it. Don't they know what that does to children? When I was 11, my father left. So you had 6 relatively good years. Anyway, next question.
How was being a part of that Guardians of the Galaxy world?
Great. It was great. I was the first one. The second one I was there for a couple weeks. This last one I was there, same, and got to work with Stallone and everybody. Hang out with
Yeah.
became friends with Bautista and who's on Smallville. And you know what? You know how I hadn't seen Bautista since he was on Smallville, and this was years ago.
Right. Before he was... yeah.
And all of a sudden, there's an announcement. I'm about to fly out. I was at a con. We were, so I didn't even know he was there. And it said, "Michael Rosenbaum, please come to the back." And I was like, "What the hell do they need me?" And the guy greeted me, goes, "Hey, Dave Bautista is here, and he asked me to come and get you before you leave. He wanted to say hello." I thought that was so sweet. And I went there and we hugged it out and we talked, and he ended up doing the podcast a couple of times.
Yeah, he's become like
He's
huge
a
star
huge
too.
star. Hopefully
right?
he'll come back in the podcast. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
Big.
That's awesome.
Dave, don't do that to me. You've been through a lot, Dave.
So did that experience reignite a little bit that love for acting? Because if you had good experiences,
I didn't get to act enough to
Okay.
really ignite it. But, when I was on set and I was watching everybody else, I go, I should be doing this.
I miss it. Yeah.
I can do this. I can do exactly what folks are doing here. I belong here.
Right.
And don't forget it. I did have that thought.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna run through.
This
my
is real
final-
sand. Your feet are sandy. And
I
also
know.
hairy.
Yes.
Does your wife say, "Will you just trim your Harry and the Henderson feet"?
No.
No. Don't do that. Don't do that. I can see your balls, by the way, through the shorts.
Yeah.
No.
I was going for that.
I
No.
can't.
Okay. All right. Tell me a couple more things. One about your band. How do you put that together?
Don't turn off yet. All right, look,
Yeah.
a lot of actors have bands. I
Right.
have to say that this is different. This is like, I really think we're putting out some good music. There's some great songs. The new album's called Never Is What It Is. The
Yeah.
band's called Sunspin.
Sunspin.
You can go to sunspin.com for Zooms and merch. And we play virtual shows every week. And our song's been in some shows. And I love it. It's a passion. I really enjoy music.
Do you write the songs?
I write all the songs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you. Yeah.
So
How do
I
you
went- I went
say
from-
that you don't work a lot, but
Ah.
when you start like listing stuff, it's like
But
yeah.
I do things that I really have fun doing.
Right.
So it doesn't seem like work.
That's
that's the key.
yes.